Well, the geologist reaction actually had to wait a moment because my heart dropped into the pit of my stomach. The force that a quake like this releases is about 334 atomic bombs. So it is devastation beyond what any of us can usually imagine. Scientifically speaking, I knew that this was going to cause widespread destruction and death. Oh, absolutely. Anytime you have a natural disaster in combination with geopolitical conflict, you basically have a threat multiplier in play. So, what would normally be a difficult situation becomes almost impossible. Yeah, the plate boundaries, the tectonic plate boundaries where this occurred are somewhat different than what we saw a couple of years ago. And so the movement, the ground movement involved, it's a little bit unique to that area. But in terms of like the length of rupture, this fault rupture, we're thinking that it was over 200 kilometers long, which just shows us that the devastation, as you mentioned in the earlier segment, was felt several countries away. So China, India, Thailand, and we're going to see basically the same kind of monumental recovery effort, which will only be hindered by the conflict that's currently going on in Myanmar. Well, right now, the Indian tectonic plate is crashing into the Eurasian plate constantly. It moves about 53 millimeters a year. So there really is no out of the woods. As far as direct aftershocks from this quake, it could go on for a couple of months. And right now, we're already seeing dozens. So this is a real ongoing threat for the people who live there locally.
A deadly earthquake rocked Southeast Asia on Friday, killing several people, causing a skyscraper under construction to collapse in Bangkok, and toppling buildings in neighbouring Myanmar, which declared a state of emergency in some parts. Witnesses said here several people were killed when a mosque partially collapsed, and local media said others died as a hotel caved in. In Thailand, officials said one of at least a few people were killed under the rubble of the partially built skyscraper. They added that dozens of workers were rescued from the building's remains, but many are reportedly still trapped. Bangkok city authorities declared the capital a disaster-stricken area, saying they needed to assess and monitor damaged areas. Here, hundreds rushed out of buildings onto the streets in panic, and during the tremors, water spilled over the side of a tall hotel building. One Thai office worker saw his building start to sway side to side.
At first, I didn't realise it was an earthquake, but then I saw the table shaking, and the chair and computer started swaying too. I only knew for sure when I heard the noise of the cracking walls and cracking glass. Part of the ceiling even collapsed. That's when I had to run out.
The United States Geological Survey said the quake was of 7.7 magnitude and at a depth of 6.2 miles. It was followed by a powerful aftershock. The epicenter was just over 10 miles from Myanmar's second city of Mandalay, which has a population of about 1.5 million. The country's army-run TV showed collapsed buildings and debris strewn across the city's streets. Myanmar's fire department said it had started a search to check for casualties and damage, but had no further information.